Yeah. Good that you're watching to the weekly Monday stream where we go over the biggest gaming news, the extension of the Sunday video, as some would say. I think I'm the only person who says that, but hey, good that you're joining. Of course, last week I talked about some interesting videos that I saw after I did an interview with Simon, the associate game director on Assassin's Creed Shadows. Still will have to do a roundup, but I wanted to do the video in a different sort of way. So yeah, basically I will do a roundup of everything that Simon said and everything you need to know about the future of Shadows this month still. But yeah, I talked with Jonathan. Of course, he did a video on JorRaptor and I had a fallout on Twitter or whatever. I said to him, yo, I think it would be I think it's good for you if all the negative energy you put out, focus that on something positive. But he made great points as well. He said, yeah, we have to be negative, or we have to point these things out for Ubisoft to change. And that, of course, makes sense. I'm just of the mind that there are multiple ways to do it. And I think using clown emojis in tweets is not the way. Basically, like making fun of the developers and saying, like, oh, what the fuck. But yeah, he made the point that he doesn't think people Ubisoft listens to him. Anyways, either way, it's a whole discussion, of course. You have to point out things. I totally get that. I criticize them, of course, as well when needed. But I also am not really getting a lot of... Like, I'm not feeling great if I put out a video where I only bash things. I want to focus on things that I actually like. So that's why, yeah, the content might be a bit more positive, but that's what I prefer. And I think that you also build a way cooler community if you celebrate more instead of constantly being negative. And it's video games are a hobby after all. But still, it's like the balance is good. It's good that when there are things that they need to improve, totally talk about it too. Either way, that's kind of the thing that I did not want to forget, so that's why I put it at the start of the stream. Thanks everyone for joining, as always. Kata, Pepsi Cola, Ipsy, thanks everyone as always for joining. Carl, Mr. Kidler, it's always great to see everyone's name. Thomas, we'll do a review of the Avatar DLC before release. I'm not sure if Ubisoft is doing like giving codes for that. But yeah, I will be, as you know, traveling to the Game Awards. Very excited for that. So next week I will be back and share my impressions and experience. Or like impressions of like the show, but also my experience of actually attending. So that will be very exciting. I will, in this stream, and then later it will also be a video, put up the final updates for the Game Awards. I did a very big roundup. Like I did a lot of research for the Sunday video. There have actually been some extra things added since that Sunday video. So I think it's going to be a very, very fun show to watch on December 11th. But yeah, I'll be in the audience. And usually we don't really react to that as well because it's like 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the Netherlands. And if something big gets announced and then you want to make a video on that, you're completely tired because you stayed up to do a react. And of course, with all the licensed music they do, your stream will be claimed. It's not a fun time. But in a perfect world, like if the show was like 11 p.m. in the evening, I would love to react to it. But either way, this year I'm of course at the show. Thanks everyone saying congrats. So yeah, Brock says, are you going to stream the show? No. I'm at the show. I will not be... I don't think that's even allowed, having like a live stream. But it will be fun to maybe film crowd reactions, I think. I love crowd reactions. That is like one of the I really miss those. I get goosebumps. There are two that come to mind. One is, of course, the God of War reveal. I was in that audience when Kratos like walks out of the shadow. Of course, we have not seen Kratos like that. So basically the first time we saw God of War 2018, Cory Barlog, of course, playing, having the orchestra play the song beforehand. Super, super cool. And the other one that comes to mind, I was not in the audience for that, but I have watched that millions of times, that video. The Last of Us Part 2 reveal, where you basically like, you see the environment, and they're like, and you're like, ding, ding, and then they constantly show things. And I love how they kind of do that trailer, we can quickly watch that. The Last of Us Part 2 reveal audience. Live crowd reveal. Yeah, 6.6 million. Man, I miss these types of things. And the Game Awards is actually the only like thing where you still have that. Here, this. So this already looked like The Last of Us, right? You were like, really? But there, he's basically saying, yeah, we're gonna do, like, they did not have the Naughty Dog logo up, so you're like, okay, let's go.
Must be God of War.
And then you're still, okay, what the heck is this? And then I love that they have the sign with the Fireflies logo, and then you're like, okay, now you're already like, is it Last of Us? And then when they show the sign, you know, right? Because, and then only the people that really know. And then later, of course, yeah. And then they, of course, have the slow reveal of Ellie. And then you're like, huh? She's of course older, so you're like, okay, that looks awesome. Because I know I'll kill my enemies when they come. Surely goodness and mercy. And like, who's that? Who's that? All the days of my life, and I will dwell on the surface. I remember after watching this, we thought like he would be a ghost or something. Said I walk beside the still waters and they restore my soul, but I can't walk on the path of the right because I'm wrong. Kino and Kai says, and then it released. It's still one of the best games ever made. I don't care what people say.
What are you doing, kiddo?
Woo!
You really gonna go through with this?
I don't think this scene was in the game, right? So they really made this trailer knowing that the audience would watch and design it that like that. I really miss these moments.
I'm gonna find
and kill.
And I'm gonna kill
every
last
one of them. So yeah, I miss these moments, and yeah, I hope the Game Awards has some of them as well. That's I think the final. I mean, it's not like an audience with OnlyFans, no, with OnlyFans in the audience. But still, I do think you can get like a cool reaction from it. So it would be fun to maybe film some of those. Different times, for example. Yeah, over different times for sure. Best action game I've played. Well, I was not expecting that the gameplay in The Last of Us Part 2 would be that good. It's a huge step up from the first game. And even Part 1 did not come close, because I don't think you did not have the like lying down and crawling, right? And of course in Part 2 they really created the levels for that. I like did New Game Plus in The Last of Us Part 2 because I was so excited. Like I really love that gameplay. But yeah, hopefully we get that during the Game Awards as well. Let's just do a roundup, do a quick, sort of roundup of what has been confirmed, what is rumored. Then we can maybe do some predictions. I want to think of it already and share after I do my sort of roundup what you hope to see during the Game Awards. Let me know in the chat. I would love to discuss that. But first, let's record it, of course. We're going to post this later on the React channel. And let's see. I think it's going to, already looking at these things, it's going to be pretty cool. And of course, last year we had The Witcher 4. We had Intergalactic. First look at Borderlands, Mafia. Split Fiction was announced. So, a lot. Dispatch, I think, was there. So, a lot of awesome reveals. Judas, I see some people say. Bioshock 4. Ooh, yeah. Corey's game will show up. That would be sick. But again, I do think your developers want to. I think if you are a developer, you want to have that crowd reaction. You don't want to be in a state of play, because if you do a state of play, you only have the online reactions and you have the people live streaming their reactions, which is cool. But for the Game Awards, you have both. You have the crowd going wild, you being in the crowd. I think that is the craziest feeling, one of the biggest feelings ever, right? If you've been working on this game for years, if Corey's game is there, he worked on that from 2019, after God of War 2018. So for 6 years already, in secret. So you cannot tell anyone about it. To finally have it revealed, be in that audience, see everyone react to it live. I think that is crazy. And I do think that fuels these developers too, right? To finish the game, make it as best as possible. And the internet is different. If you're always online, it's you. Sometimes it's is it real? Even though it is real, those are all real people that are liking, commenting, and putting their maybe when they are watching in their homes, they have that reaction that people would have in the audience. But it's still different, right? It creates a different type of hype. And I think, even though I totally get for all these companies to go fully digital, do a Nintendo Direct style show, way cheaper, you can pre-record it. There are so many pluses to it. You miss that audience reaction, that love for gaming that we all share, that we can then kind of shout out. So that's why I'm happy that the Game Awards is still there. And I'm really curious how it will be to be at that show. Okay, let's do the roundup. I'm gonna quickly look at the comments that we have before we get into it. The Last of Us Part 2 is better than Expedition 33. For me, it is, because I just love the gameplay more. Age of Shadows is now my second favorite AC behind Revelations. That's crazy. Nice. And yeah, good list. Revelations is awesome. State of Play has 3 million people watching. The Game Awards has 100 million. I was more talking about the not about the program, but more about doing it digital only or doing it live with an audience. Obviously, having your game at the Game Awards means way more people will see it, so obviously you want that. But I'm more talking about another plus from the Game Awards is that you will have that crowd reaction that you don't have when doing a State of Play. Yeah, it's 1:30 a.m. Central European time, and it also ends at 4:30, so it's 3 hours. So that's why I never reacted to it. People are already sharing their what they want to see. Light No Fire. I always see some news. Let's see. Yeah, Light No Fire. I get why you say that. Kino and Sky. That's of course the next game from the guys over at Hello Games. Yeah, that would be sick. I really hope and think that they will do it's back, it's still alive, we're working on it, and you can play it in early access or whatever right now. Somewhere like that. I do hope they do that, because what really killed No Man's Sky was that long and overhyping of the pre-marketing campaign of the game. And then when people got to play it, they were like, what the heck? Now, obviously, I don't think Light No Fire will have the same issues, but I think it's good to immediately rip the bandit off. It's here, go play it. Go give us money. And then they will be super rich, probably, because that game will do very, very well. And they deserve it, because they, of course, have been, they've updated No Man's Sky like almost no other game has with the amount of free updates. You have some great stuff on your shelf, but which one is the holy grail? That's a good question. I want to update my shelf as well, because it's all pretty old stuff. But there's no room. So then I have to remove stuff, and I'm really bad at removing stuff. I mean, I love my Last of Us 2 statue. Some things have like extra value, but I mean, there's the silver play button that you don't see. It's next to the Horizon comic in the top left. That is of course awesome. The 100,000K for the channel. No, but the things that I like more are in my living room, so they're not even here. AC Hexe doing the best of the AC devs. What do you mean, Thomas? Gotta be honest, I'm not all that hyped for Hexe. I mean, I think that's good. I think you should not be hyped for Hexe, and then hopefully they can surprise you. Playdead's next game. Isn't that already... What was that? Is that Reanimal? Time for a new shelf. Well, time for a new room. God of War Egypt. Is that early? We don't know. Black Flag Remake. Severus, I don't think we will see that. I finished Black Flag for the first time yesterday. Now it's my favorite AC game. That's crazy. Yeah, it still holds up. Did you guys hear Netflix is buying your? Yeah, Mia. Netflix buying everyone. I mean, then I can afford a new shelf, so that would be nice. Netflix, call me. Kingdom Hearts 4 will not be at the Game Awards, but it might be a reveal of 2026. Do we have confirmation that it won't be at the Game Awards? The Shawn brothers. Let me quickly check that. Kingdom Hearts 4 not at the Game Awards. I mean, I think we just heard that Final Fantasy VII Part 3, they are deciding the name for that game within a year. So that's not going to be announced, because then they will have the name. Oh, Reanimal is from the Little Nightmares dev. What is their game then? There are a lot of these side-scrolling horror type experiences now. Hey, I've been watching you since Horizon Zero Dawn. Nice seeing you where you are now. How the journey has been so far. Well, Jin, I appreciate you joining, and yeah, it has been a crazy journey for sure. You mean the gold play button? Yeah, the gold play button is in the living room, Skata, but I have the silver one here, but you don't see it. Isn't that like 10 times bigger? And of course gold. Fair. It is, yeah, that is true. I don't know, but the silver one has the nostalgia. Is Sony going to show any big games at the Game Awards, do you think? I think a marathon makes the most sense for them, to kind of push that again, as like with pre-orders and stuff. Or they might pick their own spot for that. Saros, we will talk about that here in a moment. I'm gonna do the show here in a moment. But yeah, Saros is likely gonna be there, or yeah, they will have some sort of announcement for that. I think they're gonna like, that's what Sony usually does. They announce the game, then that game goes quiet until it's like 3 months before launch, and then they talk about it again. And now Saros is in that, like, it's the closest, and they don't want to focus on other first-party games before that. So, of course, Marathon is different, because that's like a live service game. Saros is more for the single-player audience, but we will see. Do you play PC games, Jordan? Not a lot. I used to. I played a lot of League of Legends and World of Warcraft back in the day, and a lot of other MMOs, actually. But I am playing Where Winds Meet now on PC. I prefer that over the PlayStation version, because there are a lot of menus, as you might know if you played that game. and accessing that with the mouse is just way nicer. But I've been playing more PC games because of the ROG Ally though, but I still don't really, that doesn't count as PC gaming to me, even though it is a PC handheld. But I played Dispatch, for example, on my ROG Ally, and I'm now going to do Borderlands on my laptop probably, so I can play that while traveling. Horizon 3 has been long in the making. True, but they're doing an online project first, so not the Steel Frontiers that they announced, but an online project first. We could see it. I mean, sure, why not? They could do it. They could totally do that. It is possible. ACJ at Game Awards, I do think that's too small. I mean, you have to remember that, of course, getting a spot at the Game Awards is quite expensive. So, I don't think for a free-to-play mobile game, it's worth it for them. AZXA would be crazy to see. That would be so exciting. Yeah, but they never do that. Like, they still have... Like, there's... The rumors are now, of course, that we get the Black Flag remake first. So it would be kind of weird to say, Hexe is coming. Oh, by the way, first? No, they want to do one thing at a time. Right now, the focus is on the Mirage DLC and Shadows. And then, hopefully, early next year, we get that... we get that Black Flag remake. Black Flag remake, Control 2 would be cool. Control is probably gonna happen. I don't think Horizon 3 will be releasing until late 2028. Yeah, I think we will see Horizon 3 in the PlayStation 6 showcase. So in 2027 probably. That would be my guess, because I think it's gonna be another cross-gen game, and obviously having Horizon to show off your PlayStation 6, that's gonna be exciting. So yeah. I've been playing Valley of Memory. It's really good. I'm enjoying it a lot, and the price is perfect. Yeah, it's free. It's free. Hopefully we are still around by the time Horizon 3 comes out. Yeah, I think we will be. But I think that will be the final game we probably play. Good morning, Yor. Glad to have been able to make it. Well, the Ancient, good that you're joining, because we're about to do the Game Awards topic. I'm gonna do a few more comments and then we can go. Did I try the Marvel Token? Is it like Token? Tekken? Token? Marvel Token. I've been saying Token, but I'm not sure if you pronounce it like that, Brandon. But no, I've not been trying that. It's not really a game for me. I only really play fighting games at other people's houses, if that makes sense. When like, oh, let's do a party game. Oh, you got the fighting. And then I play like an Injustice or something like that. But no, I've not been playing that. Is it good? Horizon 3 is going to look amazing. 100%. Commander Jane Shepard. Evening, York. Glad to see saw your message about Phantom Blade Zero. Really look forward to the release. Hopefully summer next year. Release date revealed. The Commander Jane Shepard. Good news. The release date will be at the Game Awards. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Or do you mean that the release date will be in the summer? That is possible. We will see. We will see. Now with GTA, of course, not until November. It's going to be anything before that. We will see. Will Horizon 3 be the end of Aloy's journey? I think so. I think that would be good. I think it would also be good for them to then move on from the Horizon franchise and make something new. And then have like the online game still. Like that would be perfect world, I think, for me. Have 3, finish Aloy's journey, and maybe if she survives it, she's like an NPC in the other games. And then have Steel Frontiers with still content updates. So if you want to get your Horizon fix, you're going to play the online game that hopefully has a lot of single player content as well. And so yeah, they can still expand the Horizon universe. And then make a new IP. I would hope that Guerrilla at one point is like, let's do something new again. Although Horizon is huge. I personally think that even for the third game, they should do a different main character. They should kind of do a restart and then have Aloy still be there. And then maybe release like a small spin-off with Aloy or something. I don't know. Or because I think they're gonna... a lot of people like played Zero Dawn and then did not play Forbidden West. Because I think Forbidden West... or some people played Forbidden West. Like, I'm not sure if a lot of people will play the third game if they did not play Forbidden West, right? So, because then you don't really know the story. So if they're like, there are missions with Aloy, but we have this new character that will be defending Earth while Aloy is away in space or something like that. That I think would be cool. And then it can be like, yeah, this can be your first Horizon game. Don't worry about it. I think they really have to do something like that. East Blue Drew, what's up, good to see you. Red Dead Redemption 3 will be 10 years away at least, if ever. Yeah, 100%. I would love Rockstar to do something new. Like, I like Red Dead Redemption, but I think them like doing like there have been rumors about like a medieval game. What if they do like a Kingdom Come Deliverance type game, but third person, and then basically Red Dead, but but medieval. I think that would be even cooler than Red Dead 3. Hey, any idea what this mysterious statue at the Game Awards will be? Well, Marcus, we're gonna discuss that in a moment. Does Blade by Arcane make an appearance? That's a good one. That would be cool. That would really be cool. I'm gonna put that. I sometimes forget about that game, but I'm a huge Arcane fan. I love their work. But yeah, they announced it at the Game Awards, actually. In 10 million views. That's crazy. In 2023. 2 years ago. Would be cool. Would be really cool. Isn't the statue just for the Saros game? Well, it's Sir Keaton. No. There are reasons to believe that it will actually be something cool. And I will talk about that in a moment. Something medieval from Rockstar would be awesome. Yeah, 100%. Melissa, good to see you. Thanks for joining. They can do a lot with the Horizon universe. Yeah, and they are doing a lot, but they're not doing the right things. And that's kind of the issue. Melissa joins. We are immediately talking about Horizon. What else is new? Ethan got both Zero Dawn and Forbidden West and really enjoyed them both. Jordan. I mean, they're both really good games. I still think Forbidden West, what they have done with the motion capture for even the side content is kind of crazy still. Imagine a new Dishonored. Well, they have to do the Blade game first. Do we have a bingo card for the Game Award reveals? I love these bingo cards. Maybe I should do one. Are the security guards around the statue? I'm shocked no one cracked that thing open yet. I don't know, but I don't think there's anything inside the statue, right? But yeah, you might be right. That people, I mean, yeah, it would be a pretty viral video probably, cracking open the Game Award statue and Jeff is in there like hiding. I think we see something Bloodborne at the Game Awards. No. It will always like, but to be fair, this year has been the one where some memes die. Like Silksong is out. We got Silksong before GTA 6, and a lot of these, like, there's a lot of smoke regarding Half-Life 3. It's likely not gonna be at the Game Awards, but of course with Valve now doing the Steam box, people are saying that they're gonna launch Half-Life 3, and of course with them having Half-Life Alyx as a VR game, maybe that team has been working on 3. I'm not really into the Valve and Half-Life universe to kind of know all the details, but that would be another big one, of course, that always gets called out when a new show happens. Half-Life 3. And yeah, another one is, of course, Bloodborne. So, like, the rumor has always been, I'm not sure who's gonna make it, though, but that, like, they wanted to do a Bloodborne remake, but they were like, okay, Demon's Souls remake worked out really well for us at the PS5 launch. It's still kind of crazy, right? That was an exclusive for PS5, while Miles Morales was cross-gen. After that, Horizon was cross-gen. After that, God of War was even cross-gen. So they wanted to have a core game for us, like hardcore people, that you could only play on the new console. So, I mean, having Bloodborne remake as a PS6 exclusive, that's of course a card you want to play if you have that card. So that has been the big like rumor, or what people hope. Yeah, we see Randon here as well. Bloodborne and PS6 remaster. I mean, you hope that it's then a remake, right? Not a remaster. Red Dead 2 remastered. Just give me the PS5 60 FPS patch. It's that hard. That game is selling, which no joke. That game is selling like a few million copies every, or I think 1 million copies every quarter for forever, ever since launch. It's now at like 60 million copies or something, and that's without a PS5 version. Like, other companies would have rushed to get a 60 FPS update out for that game, and they're like, oh, let's remaster Red Dead 1. I mean, still nice, but what about the second game, the one that you're actually still supporting? I still think they're doing some Red Dead Online stuff here and there. Hopefully the reveal about the statue is not underwhelming. No, I agree. But with the amount of coverage it got, it probably is, right? All I want is Ubisoft to get their finger out and announce the Black Flag remake already. Well, Key Murphy, probably not at the Game Awards. Do we know that the Steambox showcase at the awards if the Steambox will be at the I mean, the Steam Deck was pretty heavily promoted at the Game Awards. We will see, though. I miss being able to customize the PlayStation home screen. Screensavers need to bring that back personally for PS6. I mean, Sony is great at removing stuff with the new generation and then adding them later, like folders and stuff. Every new console, you're taking 5 steps back, and then throughout the generation, they have these big firmware update blog posts where, like, look at these new features. And, like, we already had that on the previous generation, and now you're, like, talking about it as if it's new. Yeah, here, it's 5 million every year for Red Dead 2. So yeah, that's basically 1 million a quarter or a little more. That's crazy, right? So yeah, I don't think Ubisoft will be at the show. Game Awards. Okay, let's do the topic here. We're going over everything that is, like, I of course already did a video, but I'm gonna do an update on that video with everything that happened. Since then, I'm gonna do a quick Twitter recap to see if anything else got announced before we're going to record, and then we should be good. Yeah, the crazy news right now is, of course, that Paramount is trying to get Warner for way more money than, like, 18 billion more than Netflix. Crazy. Okay, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Are we getting anything Horizon 6 related at the Game Awards? Yeah, I think so. Forza Horizon 6. I think so, because it seems to be happening early in the first half of the year. Although, reminder, Microsoft does do their developer directs in January every year. So I really think they're gonna go to the guys at what's the Turn 10? No, Turn 10 is the Forza. You have, like, Turn 10 and Fable developers. Playground Games. Yeah, Turn 10 and Playground Games. So I think they're gonna go to Playground Games. Horizon 6. Yeah, we're skipping Horizon 3, 4, 5. But it's by the way not allowed from now on to say Horizon and not revert to Aloy. Okay, are we all on the same page? Okay. Let's do this. The Game Awards is happening on December 11th, and we got more confirmations, leaks, rumors of things that will be happening. I already did a video, so this will be a, like, part 2. So yeah, I will do at the end kind of a roundup of the things that I talked about in that video. Right now, though, let's look at things that will not be there that have been confirmed, but also, of course, many things that will be there. We got, again, some new leaks. Let's start over here with a brief update for a game I talked about in the previous video. The Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake will not be at the Game Awards this year. Kind of as I said already last video. And it's interesting because the rumored release date for this is January 16th from Tom Henderson. Ubisoft a few weeks ago said, yo, we're still launching it before April. Maybe they're shadow dropping it or something, but we should not expect a trailer at least on December 11th. We should expect, and I'm very, very excited for this, Phantom Blade Zero. They're already teasing a big new boss that we can encounter. This is one of my most anticipated games. Yeah, let's go. And here, release date to be announced during the Game Awards. Let's go. Prediction time. Yeah, it's gonna be 2026. It's gonna be before GTA 6, so before November 19th. I think they want to go in that Black Myth Wukong sort of territory. So I'm saying like August, although I hope it's like a bit earlier, like May. But we will see. Let me know your prediction, of course, in the comments. But I've played this game a couple of times at the game or at Gamescom, at Summer Game Fest the year before. It plays as good as it looks. It's really, really cool. So yeah, looking forward to that. It will be totally one of the bigger games of next year if you're into these action games. It is not really Souls-like, by the way. It has some Souls-like elements. It can be challenging, but it's not as like crazy as the Souls-like. So yeah, it's more like Black Myth Wukong basically. Neon Giant. Nothing is off limits. Don't miss December 11th. You might be like, who is Neon Giants? So they confirmed that they will be there. They did The Ascent. This is their most recent game. I have not played it, but yeah, right now mixed, last 30 days. Still though, their new game could be interesting. Let's see, we have some screenshots. So yeah, this is Project Impact that will be revealed. A first-person open-world game set in a fictional location, Port Desire. It's a cyberpunk setting, basically. I think this could be pretty cool. So, Unreal Engine 5, looking sweet. We will get a trailer for that. I'm keeping an eye on this for sure. Then we got Invincible Versus, the fighting game revealed at the Summer Game Fest this year. They're saying, tune in to see us reveal an all-new character in the Invincible universe. And they might even drop a release date. Of course, they will. So, could be interesting. Probably first half of 2026. I love the show. I'm not a huge fighting game fan, though. I've watched, I think, season 1 and 2, but at one point they kind of lost me. Also because there was a huge gap between the first and second season. But they've been really, yeah, picking up pace. Still though, yeah, you can expect a look at that game. Another big one, of course, the first big game basically of 2026, Resident Evil Requiem. Tune in for a terrifying new look at Resident Evil Requiem. There are some leaks out right now about another playable character, so be careful if you don't want to see it, but they might reveal it during this show. But yeah, makes sense that they will do a big reveal for that. There's another Capcom game that we know are coming, or there are actually two. You got Onimusha Way of the Sword, my favorite game of Gamescom. I think that game will be really, really good. 2026. And Pragmata, that, I don't know, it's like, yeah, you're this little girl and this robot, and you're doing puzzles, and I don't know. I'm not sold yet, basically. I thought the concept looked awesome, but the gameplay not so. Either way, it has been rated in South Korea, which usually means it's like max 3 months away. For comparison, Romeo is a Dead Man from Grasshopper was also rated, and that game is coming February 11th. That was just confirmed. So, with Pragmata being rated 2, they could go for an early February's to be before Resident Evil, still in this financial year for Capcom. I could see it happen. Maybe Capcom was like, yo, we can give you the Resident Evil trailer. We want to, like, showcase Pragmata 2. They will, of course, do a pre-show at the Game Awards as well. Pragmata feels more like a pre-show game to me, but we will see. Then, another game. Like, of course, the big question is, what is Sony going to do? Well, Sony will likely... Like, Sony, of course, has a couple of big games. We're gonna quickly do this. Sony has a couple of big games coming. They got Wolverine, of course. That's the big one at the end of 2026. But they already said we will have more in spring. So, yeah, it will not be revealed at the Game Awards. The big one first is from the Returnal makers, Housemarque. And that is Serras. And, yeah, the standard and deluxe editions were rated today in Taiwan. So, pre-orders are likely opening soon. They've shown gameplay already during the most recent State of Play. They've shown the cinematic trailer during the State of Play earlier this year. Could be another big push. We already know a release date. It's March 20th or the 21st, like one of those two. I think they're gonna like push it hard, and it makes sense for Sony to focus on this game first. That is out. Boom. Then you got like maybe a Comic-Con or whatever. That's when they will talk about Wolverine. That's kind of how they go. Have one game out, talk about the next one. Although my prediction is that we might see Marathon during the Game Awards as well. Although that's like their live service push is kind of different. It's Bungie. So, but yeah, Serras could be at the Game Awards as well. Another one that is looking very good, of course, announced at the at Gamescom, Lego Batman: Legacy of the Dark Knight, and we now got rumors saying that it's targeting an April or May release. Of course, take it with a grain of salt, but yeah, makes sense that this will then also show up at the Game Awards with a release date trailer. I think it looks pretty awesome, and like with GTA again delayed, a lot of the games will now be like, oh, I'm coming out in April, I'm coming out in May, while with the previous release date from GTA 6, like May 27th or 26th, like people were of course afraid you don't want to launch around that time. So we will see way more games for May and April, or April and May. Then another very interesting one. Kurakasis says a big Star Wars game announcement is coming very soon. And just to be clear, this announcement has nothing to do with Star Wars Zero Company or Eclipse. Star Wars Zero Company is the game that Respawn is helping with. It's like a strategy game, but it's more like XCOM. And Eclipse is the Quantic Dream game, of course. So whatever is happening with that game, that has been announced like a long, long time ago. I think even at the Game Awards. But yeah, we're getting another Star Wars game. Jedi 3, I think that's still a ways off. Although I would love to be wrong. But no, I think it's not going to be Jedi 3. The rumor right now, there are two rumors right now. Let's look at this one first, because Kurakasis says the title of this game ends with the Old Republic. So people are immediately like, oh, it's the Knights of the Old Republic remake. Remember that game? The KOTOR remake. This one was revealed at the PlayStation at one of the PlayStation showcases that we had to promote the PS5. Then, like, Sony paid for the exclusivity. Then the developer, I think Aspyr, showed the game to Sony and Lucasfilm, and they did not like that. Took that developer off the project. Sony was like, I'm not paying for this anymore. Then Embracer gave it to, I think, Saber Interactive. So they've been working on it for, this was 2022, a pretty long time. But again, it has been kind of in development hell. What is happening with it, right? I remember there was like an investor call with Embracer where people, like investors, were asking about it. And the Embracer CEO was kind of laughing about it. Like, that game is never coming out. That was kind of the vibe. Might still happen. I'm kind of getting like a Vampire the Masquerade 2 vibe from this, right? That also moved between a lot of developers. Difference is that that's of course not a remake. So what can really go wrong here, you would think. But yeah, seemingly a lot. So I would not put my money on this being the Knights of the Old Republic remake. I also think this tweet is like, just say it. Just say it if it's the remake. Also, the title of this game ends with the Old Republic. Wouldn't it then end on remake? Food for thought. No, a more likely thing is, this is also a rumor, but we know for a fact, a truly special new Total War game will be revealed at the Game Awards. The project is long in the making and will mark a revolutionary new chapter for the Total War franchise. A long time ago, we had rumblings about a Total War Star Wars game. And with them saying that they have a truly special Total War game, we are hearing there's gonna be a Star Wars game. It could be like the Old Republic, like related. So we will see. But basically, this does not mean it's the remake. There's more. It's a higher chance it's gonna be a Total War game. Still, something Star Wars will be happening, and something Total War will be happening. And yeah, I would love to see the remake, but I'm not sure if that will happen. Moving on, because we also have another thing where it's like, question mark, what's happening? Of course, I talked about this in the previous video already, so we can quickly go through it, but then I want to talk about some updates. So we have this statue. Then the Game Awards was like, yo, go to this place. Then people actually did that. Sin Potato like reposted a video from someone who actually went there. And yeah, looking like a crazy portal or something. We still don't know what the game is. As of right now, it lights up in the dark. Like, this is a ton of money. They even paid like Jeff and the Game Award. Like, but it could also be, yo, Jeff, we have this amazing project. We are this esteemed developer. You can have it, but we have this idea for a marketing campaign. You have to be in it. You have to tweet out. You have to tease it, blah, blah, blah. Help us make this statue that we can put in the desert. And Jeff was like, if you're going to give me this announcement, I will do that for you. That could also be, of course, a thing. Because the latest update we have, we, of course, already had Jason Schreier chiming in. He seems to know what it is. Of course, Jason Schreier, well-known reporter. He has a lot of sources. He has been right countless of times. So he, in his latest podcast, talked about the following. The statue is a good game. Something that a lot of people will be excited for, including the 3 members of Triple Click. So I listened to Triple Click quite a lot. You got Kirk Hamilton and Matty Myers there too. They are like, I don't think you get them really excited because some people are like, oh, it's Lords of the Fallen 2. You do not get them excited for that. I do think Jason knows that if he says it's a good one, then it has to be a good one. So yeah, of course, still we should like keep our expectations in check. But basically, again, Lords of the Fallen ruled out. Diablo, Elder Scrolls 6 ruled out as well. Diablo still seems to be at the show though with an expansion. My prediction, they're going free to play, but we will see. On Corey's game at Santa Monica, he said that he doesn't know if that will be announced at Game Awards. So it's not, the statue at least is not for Santa Monica's Corey game, but it could still be that the Corey game will be there. Again, last year we had Naughty Dog with Intergalactic. So Sony for their, yeah, I'm not going to say quadruple A, but for their biggest, most like crazy titles, they are going to the Game Awards for that. Naughty Dog is, of course, on that tier. The next Santa Monica, the next God of War, the next Corey game would be on that level too. So it's still possible, but that's not the statue. He also made some guesses on games that could be there that he did not have any insider info on. So we can cross them out. Tomb Raider, I've been saying that for a long time. Control 2, we had, of course, the trademark for that. So I think that's going to potentially happen as well. I think that really makes sense. Control Resonant is what it seems to be called. Persona 6. Didn't they have, like, at the Game Awards, Persona for Smash Bros, the announcement? Persona 6 could, of course, be huge. It feels like it's time. We had all the spin-offs. Like, think of a genre. It had a Persona 5 spin-off. So it's time for Persona 6. But yeah, we will see. He also said he doesn't expect much EA stuff there at all. Okay. I mean, looking at what EA has, they got just Battlefield out. Jedi 3 is still far away. Apart from that, they have live service games. So I get, yeah, that makes sense. He raised that Ubisoft could show Prince of Persia. We already know that Prince of Persia won't be there. And the Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And yeah, Nate and Shinobi both said Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag won't be there either. Again, yeah, maybe Ubisoft will skip the whole event altogether. So basically, a lot like about this statue, we still don't know, but it should be hype. So a few things that I want to try out there. We, of course, have Larian. Developers, Baldur's Gate 3. That game came out 2023, right? They won Game of the Year. They seemingly are doing a new IP or their own IP. This looks like something from a game that they could do. I think that would be that would like be exciting. I think to the whole crew from Triple Click. From Software, anything from Software related could also be exciting. And like for both of these companies, Jeff would go crazy and do statues like this and tweet it out and stuff like that. So I really think if it's gonna be something like this, yeah, those are the two companies that come to mind for me. But again, that is like that would be crazy if you see like the new From Software game. They of course have the Switch 2 game. But yeah, let me know what you think, of course, in the comments down below. But it's a pretty well-kept secret. And yeah, could be awesome. So we have more rumors. Let's go over to Raider Society. A new remake for Tomb Raider, rumored to be announced at the Game Awards. Again, they're going to stream this on Amazon freaking Prime out of nowhere. While it is on YouTube, like you can watch it anywhere. Like you really have to do your best if you are like online and like games to not see anything Game Awards related. You cannot really like get past it. They're still going on Amazon Prime. Amazon has the rights and is publishing Tomb Raider from now on, or at least the new Tomb Raider game. They're doing a new show seemingly as well. So I think something Tomb Raider makes so much sense. Is it a remake? Is it the new game? We will see. Of course, if it's a remake, you would think that they want to get it out before the new game. But yeah, more Tomb Raider stuff is coming. I would be down for both, but I'm way more hyped for the new game, which should be open world by Crystal Dynamics, of course. We will see. So then we have this list. We can quickly go through it from Enclave Nick. We already... Yeah, Exodus, of course. We already talked about that in the previous video. The Death Stranding 2 PC port could be there. Silent Hill remake, first one from Blooper. They, of course, did this remake too. Could be there. Half-Life 3, debunked, unlikely, yeah. Rockstar, GTA 6 not going to be there either. So, then I want to, like, quick shout-out to Blade. Could be there. Remember this game from Arcane. They, of course, did... yeah, Dishonored, and after that, it was one of my favorite games. Deathloop. They of course did Deathloop as well. Really, really exciting. So yeah, they've been working on this, but I think when they announced this, it was still early. So yeah, I don't think Xbox needs it. But if Xbox wants to do anything, apart from maybe Forza Horizon 6, it could be Blade. And then I want to end with this. So I'm going to move my head a bit. Because we have Andy Robinson from Video Game Chronicle, one of the best websites out there. And he also has contacts. And this is what he says about the Game Awards.
I think it's going to be a big show. The vibes that I'm getting is that it's going to be another big one.
Yeah.
Usually in the press you start hearing pushback if it's not going to be great. You start getting the world, temper expectations. And, we've got some stuff where, from what I'm hearing now is like, it's the same things I heard on the previous two. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I think it's some good stuff. It'll be a good one.
I wonder if the...
So yeah, it's exciting. I'll be at the show. I will share my impressions, of course. I will share my experience of going to the show, have a full rundown in the Sunday video on the main channel, probably do more reacts like this as well. So subscribe, leave a like, check out my gaming news roundup by clicking on the screen, and I will speak to you soon. Goodbye. Of course, we're not leaving, but hey. That was the Game Awards update. That was a pretty long one, but yeah, we have a lot. We had a lot to go over. But yeah, Bethesda, of course, would be the Blade game. So it could be a Kojima game. Nah, I think Kojima... No, Kojima OD, they're doing that, the horror game. I don't know. With them saying it's a good one, I don't know if it could be Kojima. Tomb Raider 1996, super nostalgic. Yeah, it would be sick. I thought the stream is done. Yeah, well, Jin, it's your first time here, no worries. But no, we're gonna keep going a bit. New World from Amazon. New World is over. Sorry to break it to you, but they're stopping with New World. Horizon multiplayer reveal. Let's fucking go. Yeah, that would be insane. Gorilla, it's time for something. I agree, Jojo. I totally agree. Yes, Sprite Cut, I'm really excited to go. Some people are saying that many are hoping for Rise of Hydra to show something. No, it's not gonna show up, the Nerdy Giant, because they already delayed the game to the end of 2026. Do you think Jeff could close out the show with something like E-Day? No, I think we will see. But I don't think it will be E-Day. I'm really curious how Microsoft is gonna put all the Lego bricks basically down in maybe that's not a great analogy, but how they're gonna basically create a good like release cadence for all the games they have planned for 2026. To recap, the Halo 1 remake, Gears of War E-Day, Fable, Forza Horizon 6, something Bethesda. Is it Fallout 3 remaster? Maybe not. Maybe Bethesda's gonna have like a quiet year. I don't know. Then you still got, of course, Activision with their stuff. Blizzard. I mean, they're kind of on their own island. But yeah, I really think Clockwork Revolution is gonna come out next year. I kind of hope so. But in your professional opinion, do you think we will ever see Nintendo titles cross-platform? I think yeah, but not for the foreseeable future. I do think there will be a time. Like, I do think even if they put like Mario Galaxy or something like that on Steam, I think that could go wild. Where's the new Uncharted game? That's a good question, Ipsy. PlayStation 6 launch title. Yeah, the Dovenschmied's Horizon news. Nah, I don't know. Fable isn't happening in 2026. I think so too, Melissa. But right now it's still planned, so... Right now it's still planned. Maybe Fallout New Vegas remastered because of the new season. I mean, if they would be doing that, they better release it now. But no, it seems like Fallout 3 is getting the remaster. Pepsi Cola, as I already said, maybe more Wolverine. They announced that they will have more Wolverine in spring 2026. Yeah, 53 Nights, good to see you. Clockwork was just one of the most wanted Steam show and still coming in due time. That was like one of the weirdest trailers ever, because that was a trailer that you show when the game is like 3 months away with the amount of stuff they showed. It was a really, really good showing for that game. And then, yeah, coming in due time was so weird to me. But no, I'm excited for that. I think that could be very, very cool. In Exile is a really great developer that... It is kind of like Larian, right? Before Baldur's Gate, they made Pillars of Eternity. Really, really great games. Or is it like... They did Pillars of Eternity, right? Because you got Obsidian, they have their own thing as well. Larian. You got like Pillars of Eternity and you got the other one. Divinity. Oh no, they did Divinity Original Sin, and Pillars of Eternity is from Obsidian. And yeah, people played it and loved it, but not a lot of people ended up doing that. And then they came out with Baldur's Gate 3 and everyone's like, what the heck? Where have these guys been? Well, they've been working on Divinity. And I have a feeling that In Exile will be like that as well. They got like Wasteland. I've never played those games, but I heard like amazing things about it, like 9s across the board. But it's like a very niche type game. And then they come out with Clockwork Revolution, a way more mainstream appealing game, and I think it's gonna turn a lot of heads. I need more Ratchet & Clank, Jack and Dexter type games. Well, Music Art Realms, they're not coming. Where is the Zootopia game after the movie has almost made 11 billion? Yeah, good question. They might do skins in Fortnite. That's the new movie game. Witcher 4 gameplay would be good. Yeah, don't expect it. Witcher 4 has already been confirmed to not be there. Don't expect Elder Scrolls 6 before 2030. I do think it will launch before 2030. Did you see Jess Gordon said there's massive layoffs coming? Did he just say that, Mohammed? Good to see you as well. Because that makes sense. Like I think some some teams like the guys and girls that did what was that that Xbox game? I even forgot the name. It's like one of those games where like, oh, that launched this year. I mean, Hellblade 2 is one that I can see Ninja Theory go down. I can and the guys that did We Happy Few. Oh, what is happening? Why can't I not type? Compulsion. They of course did South of Midnight. Yeah, that. Like I don't think that's gonna survive. Just put the article up, okay? I mean, it makes sense. It really makes sense. Even though it sucks. Let's see. Trending. I hate it when I cannot find stuff on websites, but I should probably just go to Jess Gordon's Twitter. Oh. They really shot themselves in the foot with with the Xbox strategy, because like next year you have GTA 6 come out, and if they did not botch their if they did not botch their Xbox hardware, then people would choose. Like it would be a real decision. Am I gonna get the Xbox or am I gonna get the PlayStation? And if Xbox put their like foot down and said all low, basically when they finally started releasing good games, then they switched to PlayStation. But if all these games were exclusive, and then people would be coming in and being like, what am I going to buy, an Xbox or PlayStation for GTA 6? It would still be an argument. But right now, it's obviously clear that you want to get a PlayStation 5 because they can play the Xbox games as well. And yeah, they are not doing discounts, and the Series X is super expensive. Yeah, it's all not great. Tomb Raider news. PS5 sold out in my region in Black Friday. Yeah, it's crazy. Tomb Raider news, we already talked about Tomb Raider. I guess Crimson Desert will be the next Spyro game. What? That is a weird. That is weird to say. I don't know why you would say that. Maybe some game developers should consider remaking really old games. Ruin and Unreal, if you ever heard of these games, Jordan. No, I did not hear about that, Ethan. But I do think, like, overall remakes and remasters. Like, I really think if Ubisoft does it right, I think remakes is gonna be maybe 50% of the things they put out in the future. Because they're old games, people have fond memories of them. And if they can make them modern, but not in a bad way, and yeah, you can easily misstep, I think that's gonna really help them. I think that's gonna be great for them. The Black Flag remake is gonna be very important, I think. And probably show them that, whoa, okay, there is a huge audience. Because I think even the newer games sell a lot on nostalgia for these older games. So if they can release the remakes with high quality, I mean, remakes on the Snowdrop engine will instantly look way better. So we will see. So what do you think the statue is about, says Angel? My thing is, I think it's gonna be yeah, I think the Larian prediction could be correct. But it's kind of hard to say. It could really be anything. We at least know what it will not be. But I first thought, yeah, Diablo makes sense. But I don't know. Like, as a Jeff, you don't want to do this and really put a huge focus on the statue and all these types of things if it turns out to be something like a Diablo, like an update to a game that is already out. That is not exciting. It has to be big. New Mortal Kombat game. I mean, I hope NetherRealms is working on Injustice, and they got something. I don't think they're gonna announce games now. They got the Lego Batman, of course, that they're gonna still put out, but with the whole Netflix situation going on, we will see. I'm still coping for God of War remake in the Game Awards. Oh yeah. Steam Machine date announcement at Game of the Year. Yeah, at the Game Awards. Yeah, at 53 Nights, I can see it happen. I think that would be a smart move from Valve to put that on that stage, right? To be like, yo, gamers. Because you get a huge audience. Why Diablo 4 DLC? Why not? I mean, like, that would not be exciting. Like, people, like, if you are not interested in Diablo, then, yeah, you're still engaging with the statue, then it would be a turn-off. If it's like a new game reveal, then it can be like a new starting point for everyone. So that's why I think that announcement would be more exciting. 99% is God of War. No, I think they already said it's not God of War. Hellblade 3. Too many predictions out about the statue, yeah, for sure. Pollock, we will find out in a few days. The statue looks like Returnal. Yeah, Saros has been talked about as well, but I don't think that fits the bill either. Do you think Netflix makes a game launcher? I don't know if that's in their best interest. And they still don't own a lot, right? They still only own the Warner Bros. Games. So Tomb Raider, Control 2, Star Wars Total War, AC4 Black Flag, and God of War, my predictions. Again, Black Flag, don't expect that. I'm not expecting God of War either, but it would be sick. I'm still coping for Final Fantasy 7 or a Final Fantasy 9 remake. Oh yeah, I get why, Jin. Something Final Fantasy would be cool, but if the Steam Machine is €1,000+, then it's still like, yeah, the price for the Steam Machine it's a lot. But yeah, it seems like they're going in that direction. It seems like they're going for the 600 or 600 plus. Starts with 180 seconds of ads. The Netflix launcher. Yeah. No, I don't think that will. I don't think that's in their best interest. Like, Netflix is already a launcher. I think they just then put the games on their platform. I think that would be, like, I can see them, if they really want to go crazy, I can see them put the next Batman from Rocksteady, or, I mean, if they really want to go crazy, Hogwarts Legacy 2 a week early on. Now, I think Hogwarts Legacy 2 is too big, but like, they can do like Batman, the new Batman game, a week early on the Netflix. So you have to have a Netflix subscription to play for that, to pay for to play that game. Still, though, what we're seeing with Xbox, putting your game on a subscription, it's not making the money. It's not making the money. So no, I think they're. I would not be surprised if they are gonna shop these developers around, because they care way more about getting the DC IP and having HBO Max basically gone, one of their biggest competitors, than any of these gaming studios. Yeah. Isn't it time for Alan Wake 3? Well, the Alan Wake 2 did not even do that well financially. They're gonna do Control first, so that will be their next big game from Remedy. This is the end of the stream. Again, I will be leaving for the Game Awards, so expect coverage here on the channel. Very, very exciting. And yeah, we'll do a rundown in the Sunday video. Talk about it next week here on stream, on the React channel. So make sure you're subscribed if you are new here to the React channel. Appreciate that a lot. And yeah, have a great week. And I will speak to you very, very